A woman was burned alive this morning on a subway train.
Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. My name is Princess Banigo and you're welcome to Bani Talks. Crime is everywhere, but there are some kind of incidents that are crime related that would occur and it will leave you, just questioning humanity at large, like what is going on here? So a woman who was literally sleeping, she was just on her own, not fighting, not arguing. She was sleeping in a train. And this man walked up to her and lit fire, like lit her up literally. And as I speak to you guys right now, she's no more. And this is a conversation that is ongoing. Right, the media in America, they're trying to praise the police officers and say they did a tremendous job in putting out the fire. But there were some clips that were seen where the police officer were literally just walking past while the woman was on fire and standing there so helpless, like there was nothing she could do. Anyway, guys, I am here with people's thoughts concerning all of this. Let's go sample their thoughts, their opinions, and I will be back with what I think.
A man set a woman on fire. Yes, on fire on the New York subway. She didn't know this man. Apparently she fell asleep on the subway and he set her on fire. Rest in peace to this woman. But honestly, why do so many of us want to be homebodies these days and avoid men at all costs? This is just one other example.
Why am I scrolling on my For You page doing my normal TikTok evening scroll and I'm seeing a woman has been set alight and burnt alive in New York City on a subway? Someone let me know why men hate women so much. Like, what on earth? I saw the video of this woman struggling, literally covered and engulfed in flames, and I literally saw the video of her burned corpse on the floor of the subway cart. And I seen the man who set her alight sitting and watching her burn alive. Not only that, male police officers walking past and acting as if this isn't a cause for concern, that someone is literally being burned alive in front of you. Man that set her alight is sitting and watching and then gets up to fan the flames as if that's going to make it better. I cannot express to you not only the anger but the anxiety that filled me when I saw that video and when I even heard that news. Because what do you mean this woman fell asleep on the subway and some man randomly has come to set her alight? There have been many times when I was younger that I would just fall asleep on the train. There was a time I fell asleep on the train and I ended up in some next ends that I had no clue how to even get back home at 1 a.m. in the morning. That could have very much been me or you who's fallen asleep on the train. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine? I don't even let myself fall asleep in Ubers. I can be very, very tired. It is so late. I'm coming back home. I'm not falling asleep though. I'm staying alert and I'm staying awake, bro. I don't care. I'm fighting my sleep because you cannot trust men. You actually cannot trust men as a woman. It's crazy. And guys, I do not believe in the death penalty. I don't believe in a lot of the things that America does to punish people. But heinous crimes like that, where you just get up and decide you're going to just burn somebody alive for no reason, I wouldn't be shocked if that's what you got at the death penalty. And then those policemen that were just not doing their job, just walking past a person being burned alive, you guys need to be dealt with as well, because that is so bad. And of course this video is not a oh my gosh men are so shit, oh my gosh video, because that's not me. I don't believe in that. But a lot of men, those men that have been in their serious satanic devilish arc, they're not making you lot look good at all. As a woman, you cannot have your guard down with any single man you do not know, even the ones you do know. Like, it's actually crazy. Seeing this made me spiral so much to the point where I was actually feeling like, this place is so horrible, I don't even want to be on this earth. Like, this earth is so bad. Like, how can someone fall asleep and be burned alive? The only person who can protect you ultimately is Jesus Christ. This is the only way that I manage as women to walk around and not be consumed by anxiety and just fear, constantly being on fight or flight, because I've given that up to God. Like, Jesus, protect me. I'm going to walk here and I'm just going to expect your angels are guarding me, bruv, because this place is actually scary.
Please do not be mistaken by the story of the woman who was asleep on the train in New York City. Like, don't let the focus be migrants and refugees and, like, immigrants. Let the focus be on the fact that those police officers walked by that woman casually. And the media already tried to make it seem like the officers were heroes when we literally see on camera them casually walking by this woman who is standing up at the point in the video and doing nothing. This is not the first time police officers have done absolutely nothing to help or save nobody. And yet we keep increasing their funding. We keep giving them budget for them to do absolutely fucking nothing. People who are conservative, this is where we always like get each other fucked up, because you will see people who are literally only placed here to protect capital, buildings, like rich people. You will see them literally treating other human beings like garbage and still focus your energy on shit that like literally is not the focal point, right? Like, what that man did was horrendous. And the fact that police officers walked by that lady and did nothing to help save her life, that is that's a part of that story too. Don't lose sight of what the fuck is going on. Like, come on now. We so close to class consciousness. Come on. We almost there. Come on.
This Christmas, I just can't stop thinking about that poor woman who was burned alive on the train in New York City, and the fact that no one's really talking about it. Like, that was someone's daughter, bro. That was someone's child. That was a child at one point. That was someone who undoubtedly had hopes and dreams, who had their own anxieties and struggles that they overcame, that had friends and family that loved them, that loved on other people, that probably had a favorite song and a favorite movie, a comfort show, a celebrity crush. And I will never be able to scrub the image of the assailant just sitting there and watching her in those final moments, enduring one of the most physically painful things that you can endure. And it doesn't even shock me that people are capable of such cruelty at this point. But to rob someone of the gift of life is just so astronomically cruel to me. Like, the chances of us being alive in the first place, the chances of us being able to grow up and become adults and to have free will and autonomy is just so rare, and it is such a miracle. And to rob someone of that, gone. She'll never be able to grow up, to grow old, to form more relationships, to form friendships, to fall in love again, to be loved. Her friends and family are robbed of future memories. The strangers she met throughout her life will never be able to be blessed with her presence again. The teachers that helped her grow up in school, who spent hours of their time with her, will forever have that memory of her only, and won't be able to see how she progressed in life. And it's just so unfortunate that, especially on TikTok, we talk about things like Ash Trevino all day and Jeffree Star, and people who are committing so much harm to our brains and our hearts and our minds. And we can't spend 5 seconds talking about things that actually matter, like honoring this poor girl's memory. She got lost in the news cycle of the holidays. Meanwhile, she was publicly killed in one of the most horrific ways that I can think of. And the person who did it just sat there and watched and strolled away casually after, as if nothing had happened. I know this is very off topic for my account, Dwarfism History, but if anything, I hope that this account encourages you to have more empathy and to care about people of all different types, regardless of what they look like or their backgrounds. And I think it is really important for us to honor her memory. I don't know her name because I think some of the names that were floating around were inaccurate. So in the efforts to not spread misinformation, I won't say her name, but wherever she is in the universe now, I hope she knows that we care, we know, we remember her. It's just so unfortunate, like, wow.
Okay, the woman being burned alive on the subway in New York City? What? What? And it was just worse than I expected. I knew it was going to be bad. The whole thing is just absolutely heinous, okay? Here's my issue beyond the obvious. First of all, she was sleeping when she was set on fire, but then she ends up standing up. But she's still standing. But just standing. The man is just sitting there watching, gets up in fans of flames. Everybody and their mother is just watching and filming. Cops are walking by. And I know, like, okay, in this case, maybe she was too far gone. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying anyone could magically be a superhero. But, like, when you see something like that, I just expect to see more people like frantically panicking. Like I like can't stop pacing or running around because I don't know what to do. I have so many questions. And I know like everyone has different opinions on when to film. I can tell you with my whole chest that if I was watching that live, in action, in color, someone being burned alive actively by another person, none of me would think in the moment to record. I'm just so, and maybe it's like they're at a loss, they don't know what else to do. I don't know. I just have questions. I have questions. It's insane. We live in a scary fucking world. I don't know. I'm so unsettled. I know things like this exist, and I know terrible people exist, but like, just a really shitty reminder that things like this happen. I don't know. I prefer to just stay home in my own house. Okay.
You know what the worst part is about that whole situation with the NYC subway girl? It wasn't the fact like people didn't help her. It was the lack of urgency. It was a lack of shock. People were like, oh shit. I would be screaming in that situation. I would be no urgency. Absolutely none. Who are these people that were nearby? Because fucking hell, they have no souls. If that was in Glasgow, my hometown, there would be everybody would stop to help. Everybody would be screaming and running and patting. I don't know what we would be doing because it is a difficult situation, but I get people are in fear in a big city like New York, you know, but it was just, it made me feel ill to the core just seeing that there was no urgency and actually no shock from people. There was no screams, there was no, what's going to happen with this?
A woman was burned alive this morning on a subway train, stationary this morning at 7 a.m. while she was sleeping. She was in another dimension, sleeping. Something mystical, something beautiful, something magical. And obviously she was really tired. And this man comes up to her and puts the lighter on her clothes, and she immediately erupts in flames and burns alive. And he sits opposite the train car and watches. What's more is that a police officer is being seen walking by, not even looking twice. And then there's a man fanning the flames. Now you know, fanning flames makes it grow. And then there's the man who is making this all seen because he's filming it. I have to breathe for this. Because everyone that was available to help was a man. And no man did nothing. This is haunting. This is madness. This is barbaric. This is absolutely terrifying. Yes, it brings me back to when women, hundreds of thousands of women were being burned alive all throughout Europe and then all throughout Africa and the Americas where we were colonized. And people watched as a woman had her life and her breath extinguished from her soul. They watched. Let that sink in. People watched today. They watched today. They just watched. What's eerie is she's just standing there, and someone said in a video that they could see her. I didn't see this, but someone said in one of the videos you could see her start to move a little bit. This woman is being burned alive. Fire going into her skin, into her muscles, into her blood, into her throat. Burned alive. We can't even imagine the pain, the fear, the terrifying emotions this woman must have felt, knowing she was totally helpless. There was nothing she could do, just in shock of the reality that she had to wake up to hell. This feels like a karmic timeline that has come back around to meet us, to show us, to let us remember that that shit wasn't that long ago. And how barbaric it is. How barbaric. That is from the absolute devil. So, this feels eerie. A karmic timeline, a past timeline merging with ours, coming into this now moment. And we're remembering and we're seeing what happened to so many women, hundreds of thousands of women. And strangely, this feels like a warning.
Now, the fact that some people are trying to make this about immigrants and whatnot is where I don't appreciate. Yes, I agree that undocumented immigrants, let them be sent back to their countries, especially the ones that are very, very responsible. Like in the case of this man who committed this offense, we heard that he had been sent out during Trump's administration formally, but he came back into America and he did this devastating thing. Guys, I don't think this should be about immigrants. Rather, this is an individual act. The police are also to blame because I don't understand why a police officer is walking past while someone is literally on fire. But it is what it is. You edit all here, guys. What are your thoughts? Please leave your thoughts to me in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.